Hey, welcome to Extreme Bikes, the vendor life with Amsoil Adam. Today, we're drinking coffee in the morning and getting ready to head to Daytona Beach, Florida for BikeToberfest. But before we get to do that, gotta roll the music. Roll the music. Well, good morning, YouTube. All right, guys, it is about, I don't know, a little bit after 10 a.m. So we pulled in here about 2 o'clock this morning. Now, we are just at a rest area off of I-75 southbound, mile marker 118. We were lucky to find this spot, but as you see, I'm parked a little goofy. We're so long for the spot. If I didn't pull up far enough, I was worried about the trailer sticking out into the driveway. But right now I got trailer sticking out and nose sticking out, and you see I'm like straddling the curb here just to give some clearance, whatever. Apparently the truck next to me was able to get out last night. Not a big deal. I just got to remember that before I leave, I've got to back up and straighten Goliath out and then drive out. Otherwise I'll be driving over the curb, and that's not gonna be good for the tires. We don't want to do that. All right, so you may have noticed the slightly off-kilter intro this morning. Well, I did that as a tribute to a friend of mine, Nick, over at Velox18. He's got a great YouTube channel, and you guys have seen him on my channel before. I think you've even seen me on his channel before. It's been a while though. But to make a long story short, he was a great YouTuber, and then kind of got into a business where YouTubing didn't flow well with what he was doing. So he kind of cut back on the videos and virtually just stopped making videos. And well, it was kind of sad actually, because I really enjoyed watching his videos. Well, now he's got a job as a company driver based out of just south of Nashville, and hauling sand and whatnot in an end dump trailer. And he's back to making videos kind of full time. He's been put out like 10 videos in the last 2 weeks. And you know what? They're fun. They're amazing. Nick has an awesome personality, and he can take something like a boring, routine, round trip job and make it still fun and exciting to watch. So I really want to encourage you guys to go watch the channel. I'm not doing this because Nick asked me to. Just like I said, I really like Nick. I consider him a friend, not just another YouTuber that I know. In fact, if you guys remember, back when we were at the Nashville rally, because he lives somewhat local right there and was in the area, he actually stopped by and visited with us, and he hung out for a couple of hours just to hang out, and be friends kind of thing, So I just thought that was really cool. Well, back in the days, his channel was bigger than ours, and I always kind of wanted to be where he was. Well, now, because he took that like 3-year hiatus from making videos, we have actually surpassed his subscriber count at this point. But he's still a better YouTuber than I am, so I just want to do everything I can to kind of help get his numbers back up there. I want to see him exceed past us again at this point. So yeah, if all of you would go and watch his videos, subscribe to his channel, and then leave a comment, just says Amsoil Adam. That way he knows you came from me, and I'll tag him in this video too. I think he'll find it amusing, the intro in his style as a tribute to him. All right, guys, and another order of business that I'd like to discuss today. My other friend, Flip, he's got a YouTube channel as well. Flip and the Blue. God, I can never say it right. Flip and the Blue Mule. Anyways, not to get too personal, but Flip is having some health issues, and he's no longer going to be able to keep his motorcycle. And he doesn't want to sell it, but he kind of has to sell it. And I think my channel's got a little bit more reach than his, so I just figured I'd throw it up here. I'll try to put a link in the description to the video that he posted about wanting to sell his motorcycle. I think it's a pretty good deal for the motorcycle. I've seen the motorcycle personally. He's gone on rides with us. But I just want to, kind of help see him sell it, because that's what he needs to do. So yeah, and if I forget to put the link there, just go to Flip and the Blue Mule. Hey, I said it right that time. Go to his YouTube channel. He's got a video up there, and just find it, right? All right, guys, let's go see if Katie is ready. Let's get headed to Daytona. somewhat true to fashion, we stopped here in Adel, Georgia to get fuel at the marathon. The fuel prices here tend to be cheaper, so our credit card price is $3.20. And looking at some of the bigger truck stops along the way, like the Loves and the Pilots, we saw prices ranging anywhere from like $3.59 up to $4 even. So, you know, we always try to save money where we can, and there's no sense in paying 70 cents a gallon more for fuel, 80 cents a gallon at the worst case scenario, more for fuel than you need to. And we were getting pretty low. If you remember, we topped off in Kernsville, North Carolina on the way back from Ocean City, Maryland. That fuel got us most of the way, you know, well, all the way home from there, and then over to Maryville, Tennessee, and back home, and then now here to South Georgia. We're exit 39, so we're almost out of Georgia. Another 25-30 minutes, we will be out of here and into Florida. But once you get into Florida, the fuel prices tend to go up a little bit. So this tank of fuel should last us to Daytona, and then to Panama, and get us into Alabama after the Panama show's over. And usually in Alabama we see a drop in fuel prices again. So I try to plan these fuel stops when possible. It's not always possible, to save what we can when we can. Anyway, while it's fueling up, I need to clean the windshield and do a couple other things, quick walk around, double check everything. All right, guys, so as you know, it is now a Monday morning, and we have a little bit of a possible dilemma. I have heard that tomorrow night dinner plans may have changed. So you guys know that when we're in Daytona on Tuesdays, we love to go to Cantina Louie's. It's our favorite taco place, and we really, really enjoy it. Well, I heard rumors that it's closed. I tried looking on Google Maps. When I get to the location, there's nothing there that says Cantina Louie's. I can see the Carrabba's right next door, but so it's unconfirmed that it's closed. So if you guys know for a fact whether it's open or closed, leave a comment down below. And if it is closed, we need a recommendation on a good taco joint for Tuesday. So you guys will see this video Tuesday morning. So you got to hurry up and leave that comment and let us know, so that by the time we're done setting up tomorrow, we know where we're going for dinner, because we can't miss our tacos. All right, we're all fueled up, and the walk-around inspection went pretty well. What didn't go well is the cleaning the windshield. So, you know, these are big trucks, and all they seem to have are these little short scrubbers, right? There's one with a long handle, which I use to scrub the windshield. But the squeegee on the other side of it absolutely sucked. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some Amsoil glass cleaner, give it a quick wipe down just to clear up all the water spots that it left. Now guys, this stuff is awesome. It works really, really well, and you can buy this on our Amsoil website. There is a link in the description below. Sprays on like a foam, and this wipes off super clean. Very good stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't take out chips. And it dries streak free. Now you gotta go do the other side. Coming into Valdosta, it looks like we got to slow down. I just saw Highway Patrol pull on and go forward, so it must have just happened. So we're hearing a lot of chatter on the radio, but it doesn't seem like anybody really knows what's going on just yet. But we've got more patrol cars coming up to the left. We've had a bunch pass on the right. We even had some come in the opposite direction in an awful hurry. So somebody just said exit 12, road's blocked, so who knows what's going to happen. We're just going to be patient, and we'll get through it eventually. Luckily, we're not in a hurry.
Don't get the left-hand lane, right-hand lane blocked, truck flipped over, middle of the road. Get the left-hand lane, driver, left-hand lane.
All right, so they're telling us to get over to the left. Apparently it's an RV that was flipped over, and all three lanes are blocked.
Thank you.
And apparently,
left-hand lane. Y'all got a truck flipped over, and
But apparently we get through on the left-hand lane or on the shoulder around the left-hand lane. So we'll start making our way over. All right, so we've made it into the right-hand lane. And a second ago, I can see the blue lights right there. I can see where maybe the truck's going around the accident up there. So we're close to it. We're right on top of it. Just not there yet. And it looks like us and Old Dominion over here working a block in the traffic so that nobody can sneak by and force their merge. I'm actually in 2 lanes right now, and he's taking up my lane and the other lane.
Right, this guy's gonna
All right, we're here. We made it to the Speedway. It's about 4:30 right now. I just swung in and made a big U-turn. Gonna go look for my marks. I know approximately where I am. In fact, it looks like I've got the nose Goliath in my spot. You can see that would be my front, my customer side rear mark. But there's a forklift right there, so I'm not gonna be able to pull all the way in until they're done with what they're doing, but I'll walk it out, check it all out. So yeah, that's our spot here. We can see that is spot number 1. When you look up there, number 1 is Amsoil Extreme Bikes. All right, so I now have Goliath parked between his lines. Ground here is a little cattywampus, so I've got this side driven up a few blocks, got the other side driven up just a few more to kind of level them out. Get the back end up a little bit, gets the trailer level, or at least close to it. It may not be perfect, but we're not pulling out levels and measuring. Just to the eyeball is good enough. Now I'm going to go ahead and unload the motorcycles. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do for dinner. Wes and Cindy has suggested Chinese buffet. Katie really doesn't like Chinese buffet, and she really wanted Four Rivers barbecue. So her brother is also in town. He may want to meet us for dinner. So yeah, I'm letting them figure that out. I'm going to unload motorcycles. Well, apparently I forgot to put the motorcycle in transport mode. We left Smoky Mountain. And the dumb thing really is when I got home, I realized it. And I went in and checked it a couple of days ago, and it started right up. I'm like, oh, good. It was a short enough trip. It didn't kill the battery, but I got to make sure to do it before we head to Florida. But I didn't have the key fob on me at the time. And you can't do it without the key fob in your pocket. At least not that I'm aware of. So I was like, all right, I guess I got to make sure to do that. And then as soon as I pulled in here and went to go and load the motorcycles, I remembered, guess what I didn't do? And yeah, the battery was dead. So my jumper cables are actually in the dually pickup truck that Mike is on his way here with right now. So I just kind of made myself up some jumper cables and yeah, bolted it all together. Oop, Ron's calling me. Well, it looks like my homemade jumper cables did the job. They got us over here to Four Rivers Barbecue. Now, Katie's brother did join us, and also Ron called me just before we were leaving, so he met us over here with his buddy Doug. And yeah, they don't hate me for crashing the ATV last month when we were up in Minnesota. It was actually Doug's ATV that I crashed side by side. But anyway, it smells so good in here. I can't wait to eat some. Well, dinner was absolutely fantastic at Four Rivers Barbecue. And then when we were done, we were sitting there standing in the parking lot just talking. And Mike was pretty much just about here. So we came over here and Mike unloaded his motorcycle. And we got the trailer kind of parked behind Goliath for the moment. And we made some coffee and we sat here and talked for a while. And then Mike decided to head off to bed. And Katie went inside to take care of some things. And I started editing. Luckily, everything today went pretty well other than that traffic we got into. The one thing that didn't go to plan is Mike was scheduled to go pick up some of the Alumacores, the stuff that we're going to use inside the thrashing trailer for part of the displays, at a location in Jacksonville. Unfortunately, a series of events today also put him behind schedule. So they closed at 5 and he couldn't get there before 5:30 or 6 or something like that because of some of the detours he had to take and the reroutes. So no big deal. we're not that far from Jacksonville. So I guess the plan is now in the morning, we're going to get up at like 6 a.m., which is only like 5.5 hours from now. And we are going to drive to Jacksonville, get the items we need. I guess they open at 8. So if we're up at 6, out of here by 6:30, hour and a half, we should be able to get there without a problem. Hopefully before traffic gets bad, get the products that we need, and then get back down here in time to do our setup. That is the plan. So we're going to try to go get some rest and see if that happens. But at this point, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And until the next time I see you, make sure to keep those engines running. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. We're not that far away from 25,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can get to that 25,000 mark by the end of this rally. I mean, we're here in Daytona. It's one of our best rallies we do in the fall. It's always a good show, so stay tuned for some really good footage, and please make sure you subscribe. Help us get to that next goal. Good night, guys.